Welcome back to Mike's Man Cave and welcome back for another shed vlog. Now today we're going to be doing some work on those motorbikes we bought a couple of weeks ago, and hopefully we'll be getting a fair bit of work done. Okay, we've got a full day to spend in the shed today, so let's go and have a look at the bikes and see where we're going. Here we go, there's all the bikes in the shed. Now, what we've decided on, we're going to keep this one here, which is Jessie's motorbike. Now, this one here was originally her motorbike that she bought, but we've decided that this is actually a better bike, and it's also a newer bike. This one is a 2003 model, whereas this one was, I think, a 97 or 98 model. So this is a lot newer bike. But she did like all the red accessories, like the red tank and all that sort of stuff, as you can see there. So what we've done, we've taken all the red stuff off that bike, and we're just in the process of fitting it to this bike. That's what we actually did yesterday, and this is how far we got. Look, I'm not filming every single thing that happens in this shed because I wouldn't get any work done, but I've decided to give you guys an update on what's going on. Now, we liked this bike because it had all the original handles on it, which are these original Yamaha ones. The controls were in much better condition. Everything was much better as we looked at in the last video. Like this chrome is beautiful. All the paintwork on this was a lot better. The exhaust was a lot better quality and also sounded a lot better in my opinion. Plus it had the crash bars on here. The wheels are in better condition. The rims are in better condition. The tyres are newer tyres with more tread on them. So we're basically swapping stuff from that bike over to this bike, and this bike is really starting to look good. It's really going to be worth about 4 times than what we've ever paid for it. And once we put this bike back together and sell it, look, it'd probably end up costing us $1,000 for this bike here. I don't really want to go into the money side of it too much, but if I add up everything that we've paid for these 3 bikes, there's the other one there. Once we finish this bike, which is really starting to look good, and then we'll put this one back together, and then we've still got that one left over there which I got for free, which I've also done a little bit of work on already. We'll end up with this bike for probably about $1,000 and the other bike for free, plus the cost of any parts that I'm going to put into it. But look, I've still got all this other stuff which we've started to sort out. Like we've still got motors, we've still got all these other parts that I'll be selling off once these bikes are finished. There's controllers, switches, electrical wiring, and there's spare seats, there's all sorts of stuff. There's actually another spare rim there and a couple of tyres that are usable, and that's the back rim, that's in really good condition as well. And there's a motor that's supposedly a running engine, and there's front suspension and exhaust systems and all sorts of stuff. And by the time I finish this one, which is going to be like a rat bike, like a Mad Max style bike, I'll probably be about $500 to $1,000 into this one as well. So that is really cheap. I'm about to order some custom handlebars for it, which are going to cost me about $150. I've got all the lights, blinkers, all the other bits and pieces. I'm going to order a custom air cleaner for it, which is only about $20. And the only other thing I'm going to have to buy for it is a tail light. And I'm just going to find an LED tail light because I've already got LED blinkers for it. So we're going to find an LED tail light brake light for it. And look, that's only going to cost me about $50 at the most, somewhere between $20 and $50. And then I'm going to do a little bit of painting. So I'm probably going to spend another $50 on paint. and that's pretty much going to be it. The rest is just going to be my time and labour. So that's where that bike sits now. I've sort of assembled it and I've put the back guard, the seat, the tank and everything on it, which is actually bolted on and fitted. I've put the side covers on there. I've put the front guard on, which I'm still going to trim back a bit and customise, and then it's going to be painted as well. All these things are still going to be painted. I'll just paint them once I get around to it. I'm not even sure I'm going to paint them. I might just leave everything as it is for now and just get it up and running, and then I might decide to paint it. I might just leave it exactly as it is and just put it together. What do you guys think? Should we just leave it like this? Put some handlebars on, sort out the wiring and get it up and running? I think we might do that. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Now if we have a quick look around, my shed is a bit of a mess at the moment because there's just stuff everywhere. But look, we will be cleaning it up. I'm just really want to get some of these bikes done. And Jessie's been helping. She's actually been doing a lot of work on this bike. She's the one that swapped over the tank and the front guard, and she's also the one that's taken off the back guards of both of these bikes. So she's learning to be hands-on and how to do some mechanical work, and now she will actually know how her bike goes together, because she's actually pulled it apart, put it back together and done the work. And you know, there's a lot of satisfaction to be had in doing that. I mean, all my cars, I know every nut and bolt in those cars only because I've put most of them together myself. And there's still my dirt bike, which I'm going to have to flush the fuel out of it, drain the tank, flush the fuel, and this is going to be for sale. So once I sell this, it'll pay for that bike and this bike. So we're planning at this stage on keeping this one. This is Jessie's bike. That's actually her bike. She's bought it. Well, I bought that actual bike, but we've swapped bikes. I've just told her to keep whatever best parts she wants. Then we're going to put that one back together as a black bike. I'm going to make some custom stickers for it and all that sort of stuff. And we'll register that one and sell it. And then eventually we'll build this one, and I think we want to keep it. I think Jessie actually wants to keep it. I don't care, it's not really costing me anything. And if she wants to keep it, she can have it. Otherwise, I might sell it. And more mess in my shed. Like, there's just stuff everywhere at the moment. We've been selling ginger, so we've been weighing the ginger there. There's a little bit left. Most of it's sold, so we've made a fair bit of money on that. And there's our ginger scales. And here's the guard. That's the one off Jessie's bike. Well, that's the one off her bike that's going on her new 2003 model bike. I'm just checking over all the wiring, which is all standard. It's all nice and neat. It looks really good. And this is the guard off the bike that we're going to sell, and I'm just going to fix up the wiring here. These are custom indicators we got off eBay. I didn't actually buy them off eBay. The previous owner actually bought them off eBay because they came with the bike and he's already fitted them and he did wire them up, which I'm not too happy about because you can see what's going to happen here, can't you? And I'm not sure how you joint the wires here to the original wires that come out here. So, and that's the same there. It looks a bit dodgy. And there's no tail light. The tail light is actually here. So we're going to fit that to there. That's the lens for it. That also came with the bike when we bought it. And there's no cables coming out here though. But there's cables coming out there. So I'm going to explore that. I'm going to take all this off. I'm going to explore where these wires finish. Okay, the wires are finishing just in here. So it looks like they're going to reach. The wires are literally right there. I can feel them where they end. Probably need to be able to see them in there. Anyway, so we'll fix that up. And I'll just check all this, and if I have to solder it and tidy this up, which I'm going to have to. I'm not going to leave it like that for the next owner. Same with this, it's terrible. So we're going to do that, and then we'll fit this back up to Jesse's bike, and we'll start fitting all this stuff back up again. And these are actually the indicators that I've bought for my custom bike, the rat bike. They are black, and they do still blink orange, so they are street legal. And they will be fitted to the bike here somewhere at the back. I'm going to have to drill a couple of holes, or well, one hole there somewhere, which is only, I think it's a 10 mil, something like that, 10 mil hole that will drill through there to fit those blinkers up to that bike. So that's going to look pretty good. I like the fact that they're blacked out. There's actually 2 came with the bike, and I did order 2 more off eBay. So I've got 4 of these now, which I think they were about $10, $12 each. So not a lot of money for these, and they do work quite well. They're virtually the same as these ones, which just bolt in like that. But these ones are not blacked out. They've got the amber coloured indicators there, and they're rubber mounted, which is good. And same with that one. And these are the original Yamaha ones that we're keeping for Jesse's bike. They're a lot bigger. Some people prefer the smaller ones, and look, they do look nice, but for safety the bigger ones are probably better. Then again, these are LED and those aren't, so I don't know. We're keeping the original ones on her bike, and then we're putting these ones on this bike to sell. Now this is exactly why I like to check stuff. I went to take the tape off to see what this big thing here is all about, and these just fell off. So imagine if you just leave that, and I mean, have a look at the ends of these. That's terrible. So imagine if I just left that, and this side's probably the same. Let's have a quick look. Let's see how well this was done. Okay, this is the other side. I haven't even looked at that yet. There's not a big bunch, big knot like this one. I mean, what happened there? I don't know. Well, this one seems to be better. The other one, when I just tried to pull the tape off, it just pulled straight out. So we'll have a look once I get this tape off. Wish I had fingernails. It's going to take me a while, so I'm not going to film all that. So what I'll be doing is I'll be undoing all this mess, trimming these back and soldering them on nice and neat, so they're not going to be rubbing on any tyres, and they're not going to be looking like that. I really don't know what people do sometimes. Now the factory puts all these nice little clips here so you can secure your wiring, and even along here integrated into the guard there's clips. Okay, the wiring from the tail light comes out there, so there's little clips here that secure your wiring, so you don't have to have it rubbing on things. Okay, this is where your wiring's going to run when I'm finished with it. You can see it here on Jesse's guard, how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to look. Not too difficult. Okay, right there. Her indicator's on top, so she's using these holes here. The wiring should probably be in there. We might fix that. I might fix that. There you go, that's much better. Still got to clip that in there. But it looks like we're going to have to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to clip it back in there and make it all nice and neat. There you go, all done. So that's all clipped in nicely now, how it's supposed to be. So it's ready to go back on the bike now. Now lucky I pulled this light apart. That's the light that's going onto the black guard. Have a look at that. The second I took the tape off, this literally just fell off right there. There's a little strand there and nothing soldered, so I'm going to have to redo all these. I'm going to resolder all these joints and then match it up to the original wiring And I'm guessing these are the same because that one has just pulled out as I showed you earlier. So will be interesting to see what's in there. But I'm just going to resolder all these to do it properly. So what we've done now, we have stripped the cable back, we've put some heat shrinks on there, and now the most important thing is don't forget to feed the cable through the plate that goes on the back of the light, otherwise it'll be a big job trying to do it later. There you go. Now we get the soldering iron. And solder the joint. And it's that easy. You've got a strong joint now, and this literally took 20 seconds. There's no need to do it any other way. And we are using the Ryobi cordless soldering iron that I did a video on some time ago. I have not used my corded soldering iron since I bought this. Actually, I think I got this for Christmas last year or the year before. So I have not used my corded soldering iron since. Now don't make the mistake of putting this over there and using the heat gun, because you will heat shrink those ones as well. So let's join together the next one. Okay, twist it together, and this is where people leave it at. And it's got no integrity in that joint. So all you need to do is dab a little bit of solder on the end of your soldering iron, heat up the joint, put some solder on it. Anyone can do it, doesn't take any special skills. There you go. Will never come undone again. And let's do the last one. Check it, and that's it. Let's put the heat shrinks over the joints. Some electrical tape to seal it off. Now let's have a look at that. All done. That's how it's supposed to look. Wired up nicely. Ready to go back on the bike. So let's do that. It is now 7:15 at night. We've been going all day on those bikes. Now Jessie's been out in the shed here with me, helping me pretty much all day, because one of the bikes is her bike that we're working on, and we have achieved a lot today. We've done a lot. You won't even recognise the place. So what we're going to do now, while I'm having my cold beer, we will be going around the shed and we'll have a look at what we've achieved today. Let's go and check it out. So to start off, we have sorted out all the mess that was here. All the motorbike parts are gone. Okay, I've got some tools laid out here for tomorrow morning that I'm going to have to throw in the work van. So I've got a step ladder and a few things there that I'm going to need tomorrow. The engine is stored over here for now. As you can see, that's just a spare motor that I've got. XV250 Yamaha engine, V-twin, spare wheels and tyres are sitting on top of the other wheels and tyres. Now all the motorbike parts have been sorted out into these boxes, the rest of the small parts. All the seats are still sitting on the ground here. And the bikes are now sitting here. I've got some battery chargers hooked up to them just to top up the batteries overnight or over the next few days, and both of those bikes are pretty much finished now. Let's go and have a look. Now there's Jesse's bike that we're going to keep. All the parts have been swapped over now, and we just need to put the seat on once the battery is fully charged up. Absolutely everything works on this bike. It is ready for registration. It's got good tyres and it just works. Everything works. Indicators work, lights work, horn works, and it is ready to be going down to the mechanic for a roadworthy inspection. And let's just see how nice these things start. There's the key, turn it on, it's in neutral, the lights come on, and let's hit the starter. That's it. Everything works. Beam works. Now this is the other bike that we're looking at selling, and it is looking really good. And it's pretty much all done. Again, we're just charging up the battery, and that's why the seat's off it. I've still got to put a taillight bulb in and put the cover back on. I haven't done that yet, but I have actually tested that and it does work. It's got the indicators on the back. But let's give this thing a test run just in case one of you guys might be interested in buying it, because this one will be up for sale. Let's hit the starter. These bikes are cold and they haven't been warmed up. And the other thing I need to do with this bike is sort out the headlight. Now the only other thing, because these are LED indicators, they flash faster now. And the same on the other side. So I'm not 100% sure if it will pass registration with the flashes going fast. So what I might have to do is install a resistor into the wiring. That's what normally happens when you use LED indicators. And look, that's the wiring there for the indicators, and on the other side it's this one here. So I can always splice, that's the positive there, I can always splice a resistor into that to slow down the flashing. Look, I might do that anyway. I might order a couple of resistors just to slow down the flashing rate to what it's supposed to be. And I might order some extra resistors for this bike here, because this will also have LED indicators. Now all this part's been cleaned up a bit as well. I'll show you those things. And here's the headlights that I'm doing currently. I'm just going to tidy those up a bit, and they're all original headlights. Got a couple of them there, and there's another one here. So one of these will be going into the black bike, and one of these will also be going into the rat bike. Here's one headlight assembly, and there's another spare one. So I've got plenty of headlights. I only need one of these for the black bike, and then I've got all these ones left over that I can use on the other bike. I'm going to clean these up. These are cable guides for the brake lines and all that. I'm going to clean those up. One is going on the black bike, one's going on the rat bike. There's the number plate frame. There's some shocks that still need to go on the black bike. And there's some engine covers that I need to finish polishing to go on the black bike. So as you notice, we don't have the shocks there, and we don't have the engine covers on the back there. They're only a decorational thing, so I'll polish those up and put them on there. The front one's already done. Whereas you can see on this bike, it's got chrome ones. So it's just different models have different things. Those ones are actually polished aluminium, and these ones here have been painted black in a rough sort of way. So that's what we've achieved today, and that's quite a bit. We've been going flat out all day, and we've got both of those bikes just about ready for roadworthy inspection and registration. So hopefully that won't be too far away now, so we can then start selling one of these bikes off. And just keep in mind that I don't film all day, I just film bits and pieces here and there, because if I spend the whole day filming, I wouldn't get half the work done. It literally takes about 4 times longer to film and do something than what it does to just do it and get it done. That's why I can't sit there filming all day, because I'd get nothing done. I'll film hopefully just enough to give you guys some idea about what's going on, and that's about it. That's all I can do. Now, if you enjoyed this video today and you'd like to see more videos like this, leave a comment down below, let me know what your thoughts are. And don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more videos from Mike's Man Cave. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.